me.
Yo, what is up, Imperial County? We are so hyped to be with you today. Listen, you are in for a treat. Now look, I am looking at the comment section right now, and I see Oscar on here, okay? I see the Brandon on here.
Okay, you got somebody named Brandon on there?
I've seen several people already blowing up the chat section, and I'm hyped to be with you. This is my guy, Brandon.
What it do, Imperial County?
I am Jose Rodriguez. We are from Rescue A Generation, and we're going to spend a little bit of time with you today. Now, Brandon, we got some dope things in store today.
We got prizes, we got games, we got activity, we got some dances, we got so many
rap cipher, and it's bilingual.
Listen,
it's about to be fire. I hope you're ready. Right now, if you're hyped, I want you to put some emojis in the comment section right now. I want you to drop in as many emojis as you possibly can, showing us how hyped you are. Now, let's just give them a little reality context, okay? There's a little lag in the video.
Yeah, just a little bit.
We're going to tell you something that's going to take about 20 seconds for you to hear it, and then we're going to see the comment section blow up. So bear with us when we ask you a question. We're going to give it a little bit of time because we want to see the comment section blow up. I see them in there. I'm going to go check it real quick.
Check it real quick.
All right.
So while he's checking it, I just want to ask you, what is something that you're looking forward to today?
Okay.
What are you looking forward to today? That's one of the questions. What are you ready for today? Are you expectations high? Let's see. Who's in the comments right now commenting? What are you looking forward to?
I see Raphael. I see Ruby. I see Destiny.
Okay.
Look, they are in there and they are hyped and ready to go. Now,
it's hype.
Brandon, I know a lot about teenagers. Okay, we used to be one.
We did
a long
time. We ain't gonna tell our age.
Long time.
Way back into it. Way back there.
But sometimes I like to feel like I'm still young.
Yeah, I can see it.
I like to practice some of the stuff I see them doing.
Yeah.
Because I think that helps me feel like I've still got it.
It actually helps me as well.
Helps my self-esteem.
Yeah, builds me up.
Self-image.
The way I feel about my character, it motivates me.
So I feel like we need to do a TikTok dance. Woo! Right here in front of your face. Okay.
A TikTok dance.
Prepare you for how hype we're about to be today.
So listen, we're about to go to TikTok right now. And here, as we go to TikTok, we're about to prepare ourselves for the whole move. So listen, we've seen this whole thing. It's called the Hype Me Up Challenge.
All right.
And I think with the Hype Me Up Challenge, it's actually pretty engaging. So we're going to get ready. We're going to go and we're going to do this for you. Now, we need you to pay attention, all right? We're not the best,
But your boys can move a little bit.
So we can move for big dudes.
This is like the out of shape edition.
You know what I'm saying? The out of shape edition of the Hype Me Up Challenge. So listen, we're going to practice. Remember, it's 1, 2, it's right, left, right.
Hey, let's go. All right.
All right, you got it?
I'll do it ready.
All right, okay.
Cool.
All right, we're going to try it. So here we go, guys.
Here we
Let's
go.
get ready. Hype Me Up Challenge. Here we go.
Come and hype me up. Come and hype me up. Come and hype me up.
Please come and hype me up.
Hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up.
Hey!
I think we still got it.
I think we did that a little bit.
Time out.
You out of breath? Listen, the way my knees is hurting right now, you have no idea. So listen, comment in the chat how you think it went.
Listen.
How did you think it went? We did okay. Let us know. Are we getting it? Or are we okay?
Okay, all right. I see some fire emojis.
They say
I
we
see
getting
some hey. Okay, I see the ice cold emoji.
Okay.
All right.
We're trying to hype you up today. Listen, I need to hype myself up and catch my breath.
Come and hype me up. Come and hype me up.
No more.
We did that though. We're good.
Now,
let's keep it.
Here's what we need you to know. Today, I need you to be locked and loaded and ready to go. We're going to ask you a few challenges later on. How much you pay attention today is really going to matter. We got some things to give away.
Yeah.
When I saw the giveaways,
I was a little jealous.
I was blown away.
Mm-hmm.
I need one of these giveaways. So listen, we are going to give away 2 AirPods today. That's right. If you're watching and you're chatting and you're commenting, you get a chance to win some AirPods today.
We're also going to give away 2 GoPros today.
What?
2 GoPros. 2
Like action cameras?
Action cameras, family.
That's crazy.
And what's the grand prize today, Mr. Jose
Now, the
Rodriguez?
grand prize, I was super jealous and a little upset, but we are giving away a whole drone today. Somebody watching this right here and commenting today is going to get a chance to win a drone. Now look, in order to win the drone, here's what we're looking for.
Okay.
We're looking for you to be engaged the entire time.
Whole time.
In other words, you might want to just take a seat, get comfortable, and comment as much as you can. Now, also your comments have to be appropriate. You will be disqualified for an inappropriate comment.
No cussing.
No cussing.
No profanity.
No profanity.
No talking about anything that doesn't belong in school.
Come on, you got to talk about what we're talking about today.
And you have to be encouraging and not demeaning.
Let's go. And now if you want to win, you need to be engaged the entire time. We will ask you certain questions about our conversation. And if you are one of the first people to hit that answer, you will get a chance to win
that prize.
That prize.
Absolutely. Listen, we're going to have so much fun today. It's about to go up. I'm telling you right now, I'm excited. Are you excited, sir?
I am excited. I just want to know, let's see what grades we got.
Okay, let's see what grades.
Let's take a little breather so we can catch our breath for a second.
I'm a little hot.
A little hot, sweaty already, but it's all right. Let's see what grades are represented here. I want you to comment right now the grade that you are right now, and we're going to wait for the comments. 10, 9. No, we're not going like that. Go ahead.
Let's see. And listen, while we're looking for the comments, we want you to know something, that regardless of what grade you're in, regardless of what you might have thought before, regardless of what's been happening this week, we want you to know that today can be a fresh day of motivation. We're super excited that the conversations we're going to have, the energy we're going to put forth, and us joining together right now on YouTube, we're going to press forward for something amazing. I guarantee you, if you choose to lock in, you choose to pay attention, and you choose to give us some of your energy. Like my friend Jose likes to say, come on, lean in, come on. And you lean in today, I guarantee you that you will walk away with not only motivation, not only encouragement, not only new tools, but you'll also walk away with a chance to win some prizes. But it's up to you to engage.
Now we're about to get started, Brandon. If you want to go and just prepare, I'm going to finish this off with them. Listen, we have everybody represented from 6th grade through 12th grade, and we're so excited that you're here. I want you to hear my heart today. We are here at Rescue a Generation. We believe in you. We believe in you. There's nothing you can do to change our mind about you. We think you have everything you need to be as successful as you possibly can. We believe in you. Now that you know we believe in you, I want you to open up your heart. I want you to open up your mind, and I want you to get ready. Get ready to have a life-changing experience today, mixed with a whole lot of fun. It's about to go down in just a few seconds. Now, I want to invite my brother, the one you see, my brother from another mother who's a little bit bigger than me. I want you to give it up for my guy in the comment section. I want you to do a drum roll. I want you to type stuff. Just, you know how you just go crazy on the keyboard? Just go crazy on the keyboard right now for my brother, Brandon Christopher Allen, as he comes and tears it up today. Woo, woo! That was awkward.
Y'all remember my first real poem? I sat at the computer while my tears stroked the keyboard, my pain unlayered within the stanzas, and my anger lashed out in metaphors. I repeated why from line to line, questioning the character and purpose of God's design, like this one. This one individual couldn't belong to him. Man, I thought this one distributor of sorrows and agony couldn't be cut from the same cloth as me. I mean, how did I arrive from those loins, and couldn't he see that my bloodshed didn't match that from which he came to be, but yet this was my reality. And it didn't belong in your picture-perfect TV sitcom. See, I grew up in a different world where my family matters didn't fit, and how my brother, mother, cousin, and uncle feel would shake up my wheel. See, I was no Fresh Prince, and my life was unfamiliar, so these different strokes would wither away in my good times. And I had no clue where I fit in. In fact, I had a skewed image of what a black man was supposed to look like. In fact, I didn't even like how I looked, so the image of anything was better than this. This is a story of an unidentified human project that was molded into something that nobody could recognize. He became a reflection of what was popular at the moment and always dressed in his best self-consciousness, wrapped in how many different shades of fake could his facade portray. Yet no one took notice. No eyes cut to his cuts that were more similar to battle wounds. He lay prostrate on a mattress made of empty solemnness. He dug holes into his soul, hoping someone would come fill his voids, but he didn't even know how to pray. He repeated practice redundancies, hoping someone heard him scream with urgency, "Please, help me." Yet silence begets silence, and it all muffled his destiny. This little boy was dying, and no one would come to his rescue. So this little boy had to discover how to tend to his own wounds. He was left mangled, a hideous atrocity. Yet if you look for his disfigurements, I promise that you wouldn't see. This little boy cried on the inside and was flooding internally and left little room for his feelings, so he wore his emotions on his sleeve. This little boy choked on his insecurities because he wasn't taught to swallow things like his pride, and he never understood why they called them memories, because he remembered everything as if life was stuck on repeat, as if life was stuck on repeat, as if life was stuck on repeat. This little boy followed the wrong path because for a minute the road to death seemed a little more pleasing. This little boy thought accolades and self-humiliating behaviors would make life more easy. This little boy was poisoned by pornography and thought love was spelled S-E-X, so he tried to repeat the things he would see. This little boy was lonely and would constantly talk to strangers because at least they heard him speak. This little boy still survives, although he tried to die repeatedly. I'll introduce you to this little boy because he still resides inside of me. Hi, I'm this little boy. Nice to meet you. You know, I remember my first real poem. I sat at the computer while my tears stroked the keyboard, my pain unlaid within the stanzas and my anger lashed out in metaphors, but then I found my why. So for my pain, my past, my future, this little boy refuses to cry anymore. Thank you. Guys, I like to tell that poem because it talks about the story of a little boy, right? And a little boy who's going on a journey trying to figure out what it means to become a man. I mean, how many of you remember when you were little boys and little girls, right? When you had this idea of this picture-perfect life you were going to live, right? You knew exactly what you wanted to do. You wanted to be a superhero, right? You wanted to be a fireman. You wanted to be a professional athlete. You wanted to do something that nobody could tell you couldn't do. You had dreams for days. You had things and visions that you wanted to do. You played day and night and imagined a world with no limits. And then one day we came to a space where limits starting boxing us in. Life happened. We went from kindergarten to first grade, from first to second, second to third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, all the way to where we are right now. Dealing with the realities of this thing we call life. See, what's interesting about my own personal story is I was just like you. A little boy who didn't see limits, who didn't see himself boxed within this idea of what life had to look like, but then life happened to me. I grew up in a family that wasn't structured for my success. A father disconnected because he decided that addiction was more important. A mother who put her energy in work instead of us, a household that struggled to find safety, that struggled to push me forward into success, that I battled tears nightly, and I went to places like school that was no safer. I dealt with so much pain from a day-to-day basis in 7th grade. I was fighting the darkness that I thought was going to take me. I battled the visions of how I viewed myself. I allowed people I allowed energy. I allowed my own family. I allowed everything around me to muzzle my truth, muzzle my identity, muzzle my future, muzzle my purpose, muzzle my destiny. And I allowed darkness to set in. I decided that the hate and pain that I felt was more truth than the dreams I had before. I came to a place to where I got so dark that I wanted everything to end. Where I even tried to make everything end. And then there was something that happened. There was something that switched in my life. I came into an encounter where somebody helped me find my voice again. Where the things that I swallowed up and were silenced, somebody showed me that it was worth bringing volume back. They gave me the understanding and the realization that no matter what I've gone through, no matter who I live with, that this one fact is the most important, that nobody can tell you how to feel about yourself. There has to become this moment of recognition. Students, maybe your story is something like mine. Maybe you've been in this position where you battled this overwhelming feeling to where you felt like though everything you wanted to do was possible, now life is kind of trying to make you feel like it's not. Man, 2020 has been a year. And there's not a single person around us who hasn't felt the effects of this year in its entirety. There's youth. There's young adults. There's so many people who've been overwhelmed by this feeling. The reality is that depression, that lack of self-esteem, that this overwhelming mental adversity has increased by over 40% in all people, including mostly youth. There's been this battle in your minds with, will your world ever look the same? Will I ever be able to be what I wanted to be? Will I always be defined by these moments? I want you to understand this fact, that moments happen, but your future is up to you. I love this quote that we talk about when we do our success clubs. It's one of my favorite quotes because my friend uses it all the time. It's a simple equation. This equation is E plus R equals O. In this equation, it talks about this idea of events plus response equals outcome. Sometimes things are going to happen. You know what? 2020 happened. And the event of our realities, the events of our childhood, the events of the things that became overwhelming happened to us, but it's how we respond that determines where we go. Will you allow yourself to be defined by what other people say? Will you allow yourself to be defined by what other people have done to you? Will you allow yourself to be defined by the voices around you? Will you allow yourself to be defined purely by your parents, purely by your peers, even by teachers? Will you allow yourself to be defined by your own mistakes? Or will you make a decision that you'll respond differently so you can get the expected outcome? Your future is determined by you understanding how you respond to those moments. If you want the future that you thought about, if you want the purpose that you perceived, if you want to see yourself successful like you thought you could, then you must change your view. You must open your eyes. And here's the reality, it might not happen overnight. Listen, I'm a certain age right now, and the reality is that my journey was increasingly happy. In fact, there was an encounter that I had that motivated me into the greatest part of my journey. But for the longest time, I ran away from this idea that I had to face myself. Number one, you can't allow other people to define you. And number two, you have to face the reality of where you are now in order to get to the next place that you can go. If you don't stop allowing yourself to accept what other people have said about you, and if you don't get the courage to face the mirror of where you are now, then your destiny might not be there when you need to. I I want to share one more poem and wrap this up just to give you another encouragement. This one is about my favorite movie. Now, I watched this movie a lot as a child. I know some of you have seen the live action version, but I prefer the cartoon version. This movie is none other than Lion King. Now, this movie is amazing because it talks about a story of a young boy who had a purpose, a destiny, a future, and then life happened to him. And he blamed himself and ran away from everything. And when he was gone, when he was away, everything fell apart. But it came to a point where he had to realize who he was always meant to be, to run back for his destiny. There's going to be parts about Lion King in this poem, so let's see if you can hear them, and hopefully you enjoy this piece. Mirror, mirror on the wall, can you change this reflection to anyone else at all? Can you take away these sleepless nights where tears have become regular residents in my bedside, where loneliness has tried to enslave me to her torture? I fell to her will. Around the time I lost my own mirror, you promised me that my image will reflect tears, yet this subpar picture doesn't even come close. Man, I still have memories of past pains that still stain all up with my hands to. I am made from mistakes. Made of mistakes, afraid to make a mistake. I lay awake playing mental patty cake with the thoughts of my shortcomings, like you want me to free my people and part this sea, but can't you see that I'm still stuttering? And you said on a rock you will build, but instead of skipping water, I'm just submerging. And even with an outstretched hand, this fragmented man falls through the cracks of its fingers like fragmented sand. And it was clear through Joshua's life that there always was a plan, but I wonder if I wandered too far off from a promised land. Mirror, I have circled this life more than 7 times in search of truth. Yet still I've only worshipped you, you Lion King. I can still hear my father's screams. You deliberately disobeyed me. And what's worse, you refused to change a thing. You cut me so deep that I had to run away just so I wouldn't see this scar again. I was tired of seeing these same images. I ran to the jungle to finally find my pardon sins from my father. I could no longer move slow. I moved faster. I could still hear the voice of my guardians, deep, raw, whispering, look harder. I knew everything I thought was true was laced in faltered realities. No longer must I suffer from my own self-imposed exile. There's a land awaiting its king's return. I was born an heir to majesty. When life left just enough rope to bear a noose, I broke loose. Mirror, you finally gave me an image worth glancing. These hands couldn't scribe these words quick enough. Tablets that told stories of a father's unrelenting love that played lullabies to my heart's forgiveness. Freedom tasted like the quenching of a lifetime of thirst. Barren dreams resurrected by the waters of the Nile. Fighting with denial, resuscitating destinies that seemed to cease for a while. My father, the foster, where I faltered, he reignited my light until my image was altered. Mirror, it was never your job to give me identity in the first place. I finally discovered who I was meant to be. Royalty, beautiful, a masterpiece. Royalty, beautiful, a masterpiece, autographed by a designer. Signed and sealed, dressed for purpose, and known to make a deal. And blessed for this opportunity. And you truly know you will see success inside of you if you allow yourself to heal. Listen, I want you to understand something. That every single one of you have a design for a future that's greater than you can imagine. That reality is that whatever you can dream of, you can become. Whatever you can dream of, you can become. But it comes to the point to where you have to stare at the mirrors of your life and stare at the things that tried to take you down and stare at the mistakes that you've made and stare at the people around you and say, you can't define who I am. My mistakes don't define who I am. And I see where I am right now, but I'm going to my future. Your purpose is so much bigger than what's happened right now. Your story is so much greater than what's happened right now. Your future is so much bigger than what's happened right now. And the reality is, if you allow yourself to truly become your best, then you can see victory. We have to come to a place to where we know that victory is possible and you have a chance to go after it. Listen, Imperial County students, teachers, staff, whoever's on right now, I want you to know that you are just at the beginning.
Yeah.
And there's so much more for you to do.
Now, well, that was powerful.
Thank you.
And they're going in on the chat section. We got 2 things to give away from your talk.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to ask a question based on what you talked about.
Okay.
One at a time. The first one, let's give away some AirPods. Okay.
So the first,
it's the first person to answer the question.
Okay.
All right.
So the first person to answer this question. Here's the question. All right. What was the title of my first poem?
That's
what was
a good
the title
question.
of my first poem? What was the title of my first poem?
The first poem. Do you remember?
What was the title of my first poem?
The first poem was about him writing poems.
Listen, what was the title of my first poem? Were they saying it in the chat?
Let me find out.
What was the title of my first poem? Let's see. I want you to know. Let's see who's going to get this right.
Nope.
Y'all can't remember yet?
I don't see it yet.
All right.
Okay, I see the question.
It was the last.
Yep, Brendan Doherty.
No.
Brendan Doherty.
You got it?
Yep, Brendan Doherty.
Awesome, Brandon Doherty.
I don't know how to say your last name.
Congratulations, you are the winner for that one.
Well, he got close.
He got the closest.
He called it little boy. Okay.
Okay.
It's this little boy.
It's this little boy. I'll give it to you for that one. All right.
Great job, Brendan.
I love it.
We got some AirPods. Miss Aurora is going to get those to you. She's paying attention to you in the comment section right now.
Now,
next question.
Can you give me one of the 2 points that I shared? It was simply 2 points.
Ooh.
One of the 2 points that I shared.
This is why you got to pay attention.
One of the 2 points.
You got to pay attention.
I repeated them multiple times. You remember the points.
I don't know if I do. I was looking at the chat section.
I said them over and over and over.
They loved you in there, though. They were like, oh, this fire. Like,
oh, wow.
They said, if he's going to speak any language, he may as well speak facts. I'm watching. That's what they said.
Listen.
So,
give me one of the 2 points that I shared. They were easy. You had to, first you had to do one thing. Second, you had to do the next thing.
Okay. Somebody said, never give up.
No.
Don't think so. You suffered and your dad left. Nobody can tell you what to do. That's close.
That's close.
That's close.
That's really close.
Don't give up is the one people are saying. Everyone matters.
Mm-hmm. Close. I'll give you a hint. I said, first, no one can tell you or no one can make you feel something. And then the second one was you have to look at.
Would you matter? Would that count? No, not really. No. Never give up. Don't give up.
It's coming. Let's see. I just gave a hint. Let's see if they can get it from the end.
I know. Somebody's close. Manuel Sanchez is so close. They're saying don't let anyone tell you what to do. Not what to do.
It's not what to do. You're close.
Don't let anyone tell you something else. All right? You have to look at yourself. Don't let people...
That was it.
You have to look at yourself?
You have to look at yourself and examine yourself. That was one. And then the other one. So one of them, first one was don't let people define who you are and how you feel about yourself. And the second one was you have to stare at yourself in the mirror and decide that you want to move forward.
All right. So I think Manuel Sanchez won that one.
You think so?
I think so. There was a couple other answers after that Manuel answer that was close. But I think he won that one. We're going to get that to Manuel Sanchez.
All right. Hey, listen, guys. I had such an amazing time with you. I'm going to be back a little bit later, but I just wanted you to know that I love you, that I appreciate every single one of you, and I believe in you. and your story does matter.
Now, are you ready for this rap cypher?
Yo, I'm ready for this rap cypher.
Go get the rap cypher
All
ready
right,
to go.
let's get it.
And listen up, we're about to go into a little bit of a commercial break. We got some of our closest friends that are about to jump on this rap cypher. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to pay attention to their bars. We want to know who you thought was the best, okay? Who do you think is the best out of this rap cypher? Here we go. It's coming to you in 3, 2, 1.
Yo, Manhood Camp, what up? Welcome to the Cypher. We got so many talented MCs in the building. We got Ruslan in the building. We got Michael, MC Valiente, Sunwo Love, and of course I go by Adam Cruz. Hey, firstborn, oh Lord. A nice kid dressing fly, plus I'm light skinned. Puerto Rican mixed the rice in the frying pan. I found peace, don't resort to the violence. I'd rather hit resorts with my wife in the island. This ain't a game, don't you play with your life, fam. Bless God up above with your right hand. You want more and it won't ever be enough. I feel the same, I can't milli just to say I did it once. A young role model, never knew no role models. In rap music, they just pop pills and throw bottles. In my music, there's a whole world who don't follow. Rather see more doctors and lawyers, employers. There's more to life than just for your enjoyment. I see change in your veins, don't avoid it. Too many kids who don't know that they priceless. Now Ruslan up next, cause you know he the nicest.
Hey yo, call me the brains, call me the mastermind, call me the leader. But I think that's asinine. See, I don't rhyme slow, and I don't spit the fastest rhymes, but I could get the same quality done in half the time. Call me a machine. I am like a robot. Don't put your hand there, man. I'm telling you that the stove's hot. I don't deal with stage fright. Call me when the day's right. Bottom line, please don't ever call me on my date night. Chilling with my wife, right? Trying to get my life right. Why these dudes at the festival having a pie fight? Yes, I am a grown man, working with my own hands. I am not a barbarian. They don't call me Conan O'Brien. I'm lying, I'm flying all over the world and thinking back to Incas and Mayans. Them Incas and Mayans, desire and Zion. Bottom line is we either lions or liars.
Vibras positivas, regresé con la música que te activa. Vamos para arriba. Me dijeron MC, usa tu lengua nativa. Plebe por aquí, plebe por allá, vamos para adelante. Oye, no me voy a quitar sentimientos ambivalentes en este ciclo donde siempre cambia el ambiente. Francotirador desde el piso 32, la maldad a todo lo que da, ayúdanos Señor. 59 muertos en un concierto en el desierto, o el diablo anda suelto y molesto, pero lo reprendo. Espíritu Santo dentro de mí como incendio y dispuesto a atravesar todo esto. Amigo, tú no sabes de lo que yo estoy compuesto.
Yeah, I'm back with my backpack from way back then. Young black boy, I was backed up with no backup. Life had me sitting on the back end. Back then, they didn't want me. Now they saying, Mike, you better tap in. All these other rappers cap in. Big cap in. Like, had to turn on sage mode. Everything we prayed for. Giving rappers say lows. What you think I'm out here digging all these graves for? City full of angels, riding with the same woes. Yeah, I've been hotboxing depression, entertaining my potential while conversating with heaven. I'm trying to fight these demons with sabotage as my weapon, but God came down and he made a better connection. That's a higher link. Yeah, I had a higher link. Princess was in dire need. Her drive was on flatline tiring. Yeah, I had to move the fake things. I'm trying to get my Eden back, so I had to get my snakes wings.
Dear Father, you done it again. How my saliva hit like lava, like MacGyver got a gun in my pen. Dear Abba God, you cover my sins. Bust a euro on the Federal Bureau, too bright for government lenses. I never been a sucker for mentions, but some of y'all forgot like dementia. 16s will convince you. Ooh, like a reporter, we gon' bring the good news. We write history in schools, cause y'all got it confused. The bald eagle now is desert eagle. We the people turn to free the people. Wait until you see the sequel. I'm 10 toes like a pair of cleats. Wisdom from the paraclete. A lot of y'all rappers more Meryl Streep. Talking about killers, but more like Ben Stiller. Your blue still is ill, but your lines is derelict. Only God could take trash and make it gold. Look at me, was like them, now I shine like whoa. Bow!
Yo, that was crazy. Listen, those are some of our dopest friends that we know. And several months ago, we did a youth conference and we had them do a cypher with us. And we wanted to bless you with that cypher today. I hope you enjoyed it. I want to know, who was your favorite? Who was your favorite? Go ahead and put it in the comment section now. Who stood out the most? Y'all was shocked when that bilingual came up in there, started speaking the Spanish like, let's go. Want to know who your favorite was? I am looking for the comments now. Let me see. I see you guys. We see you guys. Our team is in the chat section with you right now. We'll give you a couple minutes to tell us who your favorite was. And then I want one more question. I want to know what your favorite line was. Was there a bar that stood out to you as you was listening to our friends? Was there a certain bar that stood out to you? What was the line that stood out to you? I'm going to give you a couple of minutes. You know, there's a 20-second lag, so we're going to sit tight. We're going to sit tight for a minute, and I want to know who was your favorite and what bar stood out to you. Who was your favorite and what bar stood out to you? Who did they say their favorite was? You see? Who did they say?
Mikhail, MJ.
Okay. Yep, Michael.
Michael.
Okay.
MC Valiente.
Okay, MC Valiente. Dope. All right. Hey, well, look, we want to take the next couple of minutes. I want to share a little bit of my story with you. Here's what I need you to know. I need you to know that I am not as talented as Brandon. And no, I'm just kidding. We're going to have a little bit of fun here. But I want you to know that over the next few minutes, as I'm sharing my story, I want you to pay close attention. I am going to ask a couple of questions at the end of it all so that we can give away another set of AirPods and a GoPro. And then there's a grand prize winner today that is literally going to get a drone today. It's crazy. They're giving you a drone. That's mind-blowing to me. But you're about to get a drone, so I want you to pay attention. All right, here's a little bit of my story. It goes kind of like this. Long nights, street fights, street life. Yeah, all enough for me was a bucket of pain and strife. But see, I was chilling with my friends trying to make some dividends. I was living so destructive, but I kept the latest trends. You see, my vision was so obstructed that I could never see the end of the path that I was taking, the mistakes that I was making. But none of that would ever really matter to me because I was in Wonderland chilling with my Mad Hatter, you see. You see, I thought I had it all figured out. Yeah, I'm going to be that boy they talk about. Coolest kid on the block without a doubt. You see, I thought the more I had, the more that they would see. Yeah, look at boy there, he's as cool as can be. Man, I thought that this would last, but I had to pass like gas. But I know that sounds funny, but see, I was such a dummy. You see, me, I traded real happiness and family for money. And I thought the world would love me, but I was just young and dumb because she chewed me up and spit me out like no flavored gum. Here, there was no black and white. There were so many shades of gray. Here, there was no night and day. There were so many shades of gray. And one day, I had to say, something has to change. The only reason I stand in front of you today is because of a choice I made that day. You know, true story, growing up, I didn't have all that I felt like I needed. My dad was a drug dealer majority of my childhood. My mom was confused, was trying to figure life out. At the age of 12, my dad gets sent to prison. I joined a gang right away. I'm arrested by the age of 14 for stealing cars. I'm failing in classes, in school. I'm not doing good. You name it, I am doing it when I was your age. And I'm not telling you this to boast about my past. I'm telling you this to set up the rest of the story. Here's what I need you to know. I need you to know that no matter what has happened to you before today, that means yesterday, the day before, and the day before, no matter what has happened to you, this could be your moment. Listen, everybody has a choice to make. Everybody gets the same opportunity of a moment. Right now, it is currently 2:39 p.m. At 2:39 p.m., if you're watching this, you are all hearing the exact same story. Every one of you are hearing the exact same message. And every one of you get the same opportunity in the exact same moment to do something with that moment. Now, for me, when I was 17 years old, I had a mentor that came into my life and began to tell me how jacked up my life really was. And they said it in some really choice words. I was not living up to my full potential. That conversation for me was a moment that I cared about so much that I realized if somebody was going to take the time to invest their time, their energy, their voice, to me, I should value this moment. I should take a minute and literally prepare myself for what could happen after this moment. You know, give me 1 second, please. Quick water break. It's hot in here. For so many people, what makes or breaks their life is what they do with the moment. Right now, we're in a crazy time in our society. Life is crazy right now. Nobody knows what tomorrow is going to look like. Nobody knows when things are going to go back or if they're ever going to go back. There's so much unrest in our society, but everybody is in the same moment here. I want you to catch this. Some people will handle this moment the right way and others will not. What you do with this moment right now will determine the rest of your life. You got a choice today. Let me tell you a little bit of the rest of my story. I barely graduated high school. Barely. I went to college. I was at a 4-year university and I was not prepared. My whole family situation was jacked up. My story was messed up. I was a little poor hood kid in college. All I'm really trying to do is go play basketball every day, not really go to class. My first year in college, your boy, me, I flunked every class in college. I mean, not one semester, not one quarter. The whole year, I flunked every class. I got to the end of my freshman year in college, and I knew, look, I could throw the towel in. This is it for me. I'm done. I'm going to quit now. But I had a choice to make. I don't know why, but for some reason, when you grow up with a rough background, something develops on the inside of you. It's this thing that makes you not give up so easily. I had a businessman. I made it past my first year. I'm going through college. I'm about a year away from graduating, and I'm ready to drop out again. And I had a businessman come up to me, and he said, "You know what your problem is?" And I said, "No." He said, "You think you've made it. Come on, you think you're hot stuff right now." At this time, I was a junior in college. I had a dance team. We were traveling around the nation. We were doing all kinds of dope stuff, and I thought I made it. Now, this was before social media, so we couldn't go viral like that, but literally people were finding out about us, and things were blowing up for us. I thought I made it. And he asked me a couple of questions. He said, "Let me ask you this," and this would be what I would ask you today. He said, "Do you have a college degree?" I said, "No." He said, "Do you got a big house, nice car, money in the bank?" I said, "No." He said, "Come on, do you got, family, like you got a wife, kids to go home to every day? You got a perfect family in your mind?" I said, "No." This is what he told me. He said, "You're no different than anybody else around you." Now, for me, that was hard for me to hear because I was already doing things. I already had a little bit of publicity. If it was today's time, I would have went a little bit viral. I would have had a few followers, a couple of likes. I was feeling pretty good about myself. But here's what he told me. I had nothing to show for it. I had no degree. I had no career. I had nothing really that was going to last for the rest of my life. All I had was my own hype. And I bought into the lie. I believed my own hype. Hey, I want to share 2 things with you today. And then we're going to do a little dance and we're going to get out your way today. First thing I need you to know is no matter where you were, today determines tomorrow. Are you with me? No matter where you were, your today determines your tomorrow. In other words, it doesn't matter what yesterday looked like, what yesteryear looked like, what the last 10 years looked like. Today, you can change your entire life. And it's literally that simple. Now, you might need some help. You might need some therapy. You might need some support in school. But you got a choice to make. You can change it today. Your today will determine your tomorrow. Here's the next thing I need you to know. The next thing I need you to know is You have not made it yet. I know that sounds kind of mean and rude. I don't say that to discourage you. I actually say that to encourage you. I say that to tell you, come on, you still got more work to do. You got more homework to turn in. You got more tests to take. You got more to do. You haven't arrived yet. And just because you might, because I don't know who's watching this, you might have a little publicity on TikTok or Instagram or whatever else, social media platforms are out there. You might have actually gone somewhere. You have not made it yet. Here's the third thing I want you to know, and then we're going to wrap this up. People in life can steal from you all the time. We live in a pretty rough area in San Bernardino, California. And in San Bernardino, I could walk outside literally and get robbed at any point, kind of. It's kind of crazy out here. They could take my Apple Watch, they could take my wedding ring, they could take my jacket, they can take my Jordans, they can take literally whatever I have. But there's one thing they can't take, and this is what I want you to know. People will never be able to take your education, what you're learning. Now, if you're like me, I had a lot of teachers tell me that I wasn't good in school. I struggled to make my grades. I struggled to do well in school. I had a lot of people say I wasn't going to be nothing. And then I realized, I had a conversation at the end of my freshman year in college. Somebody told me, there's no reason you should be flunking every class. And I said, well, why do you say that? They said, right now, tell me what the Los Angeles Lakers winning and losing record is. I knew it off the top of my head. Tell me, this was back when R.I.P. Kobe, this was back when Kobe was still the GOAT in the game at the moment, the greatest in his time. Tell me what Kobe's average scoring record is this year. I can name it off the top of my head. And so I want you to tell me what who their biggest competition is and why. I can name it off the top of my head. And this is what the person told me. They said, you don't have a learning problem. You have a focus problem. I was putting all my energy into basketball, into girls, into something that did not matter. My learning wasn't my issue. It was my focus that was my issue. I'm going to show you in the next few minutes that you don't have a learning problem. I watched your generation be the smartest generation we've ever seen. We've never seen another generation like yours. Ever. You are it. I'm going to show you. Now, you might be watching on a phone or a tablet. If you would humor me, we're going to do a contest out of this, and we want to give you something for this winner. I want you to do this with me. You're going to need both of your hands, so if you can set it down somehow, I want you to figure out a way to do that. You're going to put your hands up like this. If you follow my instructions, you're going to learn a brand new TikTok dance in the next 5 minutes, okay? All you got to do is follow my instructions. Here we go. Put your hands up like this. I'm going to go pretty quickly because I'm running out of time. I want you to drop it, turn it, pull it together, pull it apart. You should have a little box right there, okay? All right? I want you to go back. Come on, back to the beginning. Come on. I need you to do it. Don't just watch me do this. Go ahead, put both your hands up. Go back to the beginning. Here we go. Drop it, turn it, pull it together, pull it apart, pull it together, open it up, turn it. You should look just like this. You're doing great. I can't see you, but I know you're doing great. Now, remember, you're going to get a chance to win a prize off this, so you might want to practice. Back to the beginning. Here we go. Drop it, turn it, pull it together, pull it apart, pull it together, open it up, turn it. I want you to pull it together like this. Here's the hardest part of the whole dance. Listen, if you do this, you got this dance. Are you ready? I want you to make a box. All right? Now, some of y'all probably got some triangles out there. Some of y'all got some circles. I don't know how you got a circle out of that. I want you to make a box, okay? You're doing great so far, I think. I'm going to look for you. We're going to have you send us something on IG or TikTok in the next few minutes, so I want you to pay attention to this. Back to the beginning. Here we go. Drop it, turn it, pull it together, pull it apart, pull it together, open it up, turn it, pull it together, make a box. Here we go. It's going to get a little fun right here. Here we go. Pull it together. I want you to flip it, drop it, flip it. All right, all right, all right. If you made it that far, you're killing the game right now, and you're doing great. All right, here we go. We're going to go a little bit longer. We're almost done with the whole thing. Drop it, turn it, pull it together, pull it apart, pull it together, open it up, turn it, pull it together, make a box. Pull it together, flip it, drop it, flip it. Here we go. Pull it apart, flip it, pull it together, put your hands like this, point at me, throw it up, hit the whoa, let's go. I know that's a little old, people don't really do the whoa no more, but do the whoa. Actually, they do still do the whoa on TikTok dances, don't they? I don't think the whoa will ever go anywhere. All right, we're going to do it one more time. If you can do it, great. I want you to prepare to record yourself when we're done with this. You're going to look for us on Instagram at Rescue a Gen. Send us a video and we have a reward for you. We, us, our organization will send you something. This is not the AirPods or the GoPro or the drone, okay? This is something that we want to send you as an organization. Here we go. Here's the last time we'll do this all the way through. Drop it, turn it, pull it together, pull it apart, pull it together, open it up, turn it, pull it together, make a box, pull it together, flip it, drop it, flip it, pull it apart, flip it, pull it together, put your hands like this, point at me, throw it up, whoa. All right, now listen to me. If you learned that dance over the last 5 minutes, you have no excuse to make bad grades. I've watched new TikTok dances come out, and I've watched you, get in front of your camera, put your camera on the curb, and start, just doing your little dance that you've learned in 10 minutes or less. Can you imagine what would happen if you put that same amount of focus into 10 minutes of studying for a test, 10 minutes of homework, 10 minutes of you engaging with your teacher on a Zoom call, 10 minutes of you putting that same energy into your school? Listen, people around you can take everything from you but your education. They'll never be able to take your brain from you. And I need you to know, today could be the change that you've been looking for the rest of your life. Get ready to invite my friend Brandon up here with me. Here's the last thought I have for you. Most people in life are waiting on somebody to come in. Maybe give them money to help bail them out, give them a head up. Maybe they're waiting on somebody to come and save their day. There is nobody coming to save your day. You are the superhero in your own story. Brandon, I want to share this last thought with them because I think it's really important. At this point today, if I was to watch your movie on a big screen, your life, whatever it's looked like up to this point, the good, the bad, and the ugly, like all of it.
All of it.
No secrets, no nothing, all of it. I might be a little saddened by your story. I might even be frustrated with how life has happened to you. But here's what I know, today is not the end of your story. This is only halfway, if even that. And what happens from this day to the end of your story is completely up to you. You're not waiting on somebody to come and write the rest of your story. You get to write the rest of your story. I know life might have been hard for you up to this point, but you get to determine what you want the rest of it to look like. Listen, I'm telling you, today, I am where I am. I have a college degree. I actually finished college. I have launched my own business. I travel around the country speaking to teenagers every day of my life because I chose to write the rest of my story. I didn't want my chapter to end my freshman year in college. I didn't want that to be the end of my story. I got to decide what happened next. And you get to make the same decision today, right now. It's your choice. I want to invite you into that.
Absolutely.
I want to do this. We're going to give out a prize. Hey, listen, man, if one of our conversations really hit you today, if you were like, man, that really hit me, and you know today you need to make a change to rewrite the rest of your story. Today's the day everything's about to change for you. The dope thing about the comment section is you can actually just tell us right there.
Absolutely.
You can say, I'm changing today. I want to make a difference today. I want to be different today. Come on, don't miss this moment. Everybody watching has this exact same moment, and you get a chance to make that decision right now. If that's you, I want you to comment, I'm changing today. I'm changing today. We want to celebrate your change with you. We want to slap our knee with them, right?
Now.
We want to celebrate all that's happening in and through you with that one decision that you're making today.
Hey, listen, I don't want you to think that you're too far off, that things have been too tough, that there's been too much that's happened, or it's too late for you. Like Jose said, your story is just now starting. It's up to you to dictate the outcome. I don't know about you, but when somebody looks at my movie and they see the credits roll, I want them to walk away inspired, motivated, and know that impact has happened. And your story can do the same.
Yeah. All right, we got a couple things to give away. I'm going to give away AirPods right now.
You didn't get the AirPods away?
No, I didn't give away nothing.
Okay.
Sorry. Here's the AirPod giveaway right here. I want you to know, I want you to comment in the section, what happened to me my freshman year of college?
Ooh, let's see. I got to see this.
I'll let you go look at it. What happened to me my freshman year of college? I made a big deal about it. You know, what happened to me my freshman year of college? We want you to know we see your commitments to changing, and we're celebrating that with you. We believe in you. We want to see you in the rest of your story the way it was designed to end. Here we go. Answers are about to come in.
There we go.
Who did it?
Selah said you failed.
Selah! I like that name. That's a dope name. Selah.
Yeah, I think it's Selah.
Selah is the winner of the AirPods for the second part of today. We got a GoPro we're about to give away. Here is the next question for the GoPro. Here we go. Let me remember what the next question is. I want you to give me 1 point from my talk today. One thing that resonated with you. It don't have to be an actual point that I had. Give me one thing that stood out to you from my talk today. One thing that hit you in your chest, like you know it was for you. 1 point that stood out for you today. Here we go. It's coming. Drum roll. I'm not going to drum roll. Sorry about that. Here we go. 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 Here we go.
No matter where you were, your today determines your tomorrow.
Okay.
Boom!
Okay. Who was that?
That was Mary Jane Demas.
Mary Jane Demas. That is for you. You just want to go pro. Let's go. All right. Now we got to go pro. We got AirPods. They're gone. Miss Aurora, I hope you caught that. Now we got a grand prize winner. Our team has been watching the chat section the whole time. We've been in here seeing who's been engaged, seeing who's been commenting, chiming in, and we have a grand prize winner for you. Who we got?
It's the kid Aiden. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but it's something Jauregui.
Okay, the grand prize winner of the drone is going to none other than Aiden.
Uruguay.
I can't say your last name, Aiden, but you know your last name. I think I only saw one Aiden on there earlier. You are the grand prize winner for the drone today. Hey, thank you so much. Hey, listen, did you enjoy today? Did you have a good time? Will you let us know? Can you give us some feedback? Did you say, man, I had a blast today? That was dope. I really needed that. Can you just like give us a virtual hand clap or something? Because this was so much fun for us. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. All right? It is almost time to go. Here's the last thing we're going to get. The first person to go do this dance on TikTok or Instagram and send it to us at Rescue a Generation. It's at Rescue a Gen, either on TikTok or on IG. We have a gift directly from our organization to you. Okay, a gift directly from our organization to you. What happened?
I think Aiden's not on anymore.
Aiden's not on no more?
New winner?
No, we do.
Ruby D Monster.
There's no way. Aiden has to be on.
Aiden, if you're not on.
Aiden, Aiden, this is your last chance to comment. I know it's almost 3 o'clock, and we got to get out of here.
Aiden going once.
Aiden.
Going twice.
Going once. Hold on, there's a 20-minute lag, so let's see if he actually says something. Ooh, this is why you got to stay on the whole time until the very, very end. Hey, but you can find us at Rescue A Jen on Instagram, at Rescue A Jen on TikTok. Go check us out.
No Aiden.
We got a video that might be a little viral. Uh-oh.
Second person I got was Ruby Demos.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Aiden's back.
Oh, Aiden made it.
Aiden, woo!
Aiden with the save.
Aiden, listen.
Let's go.
You almost lost it. Somebody must have told you, hey, Aiden, you better get back on.
Hey, thank you so much, Imperial County. We appreciate you, and we're so grateful for this opportunity to speak to your students. We hope you got something out of this and that you make the changes you need to make right now, today. We will see you guys the next time around. We'll holler at y'all later.